Picture this. It's 3 a.m. You're lying awake, staring at the ceiling. Your phone is face down on the nightstand, but you don't even need to look at it. Your brain is already running a full disaster movie about your finances. Your car could break down tomorrow. Your laptop might suddenly die. Your boss could call you into the office and say your position's been cut. Your pet could need emergency surgery. And your mind keeps bouncing from one worst-case scenario to the next. Sound familiar? Now, what if I told you there's one specific dollar amount that could wipe out almost all of those midnight anxiety spirals and completely change how you move through life? Not $1 million, not even $100,000, just $10,000. And no, this isn't some fake motivational nonsense or internet guru hype. There's real psychology and real math behind why this number creates such a massive shift in your day-to-day reality. My name is James. I spend way too much time thinking about money, human psychology, and why some people glide through financial challenges while others are constantly stressed about their bank balance. If you've ever wondered what it actually feels like to have different amounts of money saved, and more importantly, how each milestone changes the way you make decisions, hit that subscribe button. And if this video helps clear things up for you, give it a thumbs up. Now, before we talk about what makes $10,000 so special, let me paint you a picture of what life looks like without it. You know that moment at the grocery store when you're doing mental math over named brand cereal versus the generic one that tastes like cardboard? Or when your friends suggest going out to dinner and you come up with some creative excuse because you can't admit that $25 for a meal would wreck your entire budget for the week. That's reality for millions of people living paycheck to paycheck. Every financial decision becomes a careful calculation. Every surprise expense feels like a potential catastrophe. Your tire goes flat, panic. Your phone cracks, stress. Your rent goes up $100, full-on meltdown. You're constantly playing defense with your money instead of being able to make proactive choices about your future. And when you live like that long enough, your brain gets stuck in permanent survival mode. Here's where things get interesting. There's a specific psychological shift that happens when you stack your first $10,000, and it has nothing to do with buying expensive stuff. Most people who hit this milestone don't suddenly change their spending habits at all. The real transformation is way more subtle and way more powerful. The first thing that changes? Your relationship with risk. When you have zero savings, every decision feels dangerous. Taking a new job, moving to a new city, even planning a vacation. All of it feels terrifying because you know one wrong move could leave you financially wrecked. But when you've got $10,000 sitting in your account, those same decisions suddenly feel manageable. You're not quitting your job tomorrow to become a professional juggler, but you might finally ask for that promotion you've been thinking about for months. You might invest in yourself, take a course, get a certification, build a skill that boosts your earning power. The safety net doesn't make you reckless, but it does give you permission to think beyond just surviving until the next paycheck. And there's something wild that happens to your brain chemistry the first time you see a 5-figure balance in your bank account. Neuroscientists have found that financial security lowers cortisol, your body's main stress hormone, which means hitting $10,000 doesn't just change your finances, it literally changes how your body reacts to daily problems. Think about the last time you had a minor car issue. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, that check engine light might as well be a countdown timer to financial disaster. Your brain instantly jumps to, how am I paying for this? Do I put it on a credit card? Do I borrow money from family? But when you've got $10,000 saved, that same check engine light becomes a simple inconvenience. You're annoyed, sure, but you're not panicking. And this shift from panic to mild annoyance might sound small, but it sends ripple effects through your entire life. You sleep better, you're more productive at work, you're more patient with your family and friends. Financial stress bleeds into every part of human behavior, and removing that stress unlocks mental energy that you can finally redirect towards actually improving your situation.
Here's something most people don't realize about the $10,000 milestone. Most of the benefit doesn't come from spending the money, it comes from knowing it's there. This is what financial experts call the emergency fund effect. An emergency fund isn't really about emergencies, it's about the peace of mind that comes from knowing you can handle emergencies. Most people who build up $10,000 never even spend it on emergencies. Instead, they spend it on opportunities. They invest in education, they start businesses, they move to better locations, they gain the mental bandwidth to focus on increasing their income. There's also a confidence factor here that's hard to measure but impossible to ignore. When you know you've got money in the bank, you carry yourself differently. You negotiate better. You're more willing to walk away from bad deals. You're not desperate. And that confidence often leads to better jobs, better relationships, and better life outcomes overall. Now, you might be thinking $10,000 sounds impossible, especially if you're struggling to save even $100 a month right now. But here's the twist about human psychology. The hardest part isn't actually saving the money. The hardest part is becoming the type of person who saves money. Most people treat saving like a temporary diet. They slash expenses, save aggressively, burn out, then slide right back into their old habits. But the people who actually hit $10,000, they don't see saving as a temporary sacrifice. They see it as becoming a different identity. I'm someone who saves money. That identity shift changes every financial decision you make. When you see yourself as someone who saves money, you start spotting expense cuts you never noticed before. You get more creative about side income. You start thinking long-term instead of chasing instant gratification. And that mindset shift, that's the real magic behind the $10,000 milestone. Here's the beautiful part about this whole process. It gets easier as you go. Saving your first $1,000 is brutal. It requires real lifestyle changes, constant willpower, saying no to things you actually want. But saving your second $1,000? Noticeably easier. Why? Because you've already built the habits. You've already rewired your mindset. By the time you're working toward your fifth or $6,000, the whole thing starts to feel almost automatic. There's also a cold, hard mathematical reason that makes $10,000 such a powerful number. This amount can cover the vast majority of unexpected expenses that derail people financially. Car repairs, medical emergencies, job loss, family emergencies. Most of these situations cost less than $10,000, which means once you hit this milestone, you're basically immune to most of the financial disasters that keep people trapped in the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. Maybe the biggest change that happens when you save your first $10,000 is how you start thinking about money itself. Before this point, money feels like something that just disappears from your paycheck every month. In one hand, out the other. Every dollar spent feels gone forever. But when you have $10,000 as your financial foundation, you start seeing money as a tool, something that multiplies your options, instead of something that constantly slips through your fingers. This is where people suddenly get interested in things like investing, side hustles, and passive income, not because they magically became financial geniuses, but because they finally have the mental space to think beyond just paying their basic bills. Let's get practical. Car repairs? Usually $500 to $3,000. Medical emergencies? Most fall under $10,000. Job loss? $10,000 gives you 3 to 6 months of breathing room. And then the real magic. You hear about a $2,000 certification that could raise your income by $10,000 a year. No savings? Impossible. With a financial foundation? Obvious. Options feel completely different when you're not broke. $10,000 won't make you rich. You're not quitting your job tomorrow, but it gives you breathing room. And breathing room is the foundation of every smart financial decision. If $10,000 feels impossible right now, start ridiculously small. $25 a month, $50 a month. Consistency beats intensity. And here's the real truth. The transformation isn't about the money, It's about becoming the person who has money saved. That identity shift will change your entire life.